Welcome to the annual Beefy Boys Prime Cuts Awards. This is our end of the year award show of all of our favorite moments of 2023. Although, this is the start of 2024, we're going to be looking back on 2023. So our favorite moments. We've got a lot of the typical award categories that other shows have, but we also have a Beefy Boys exclusive category. Make sure to check that out. Chin of the Year. No other show talks about it. We're going to dive in here and looking forward to it. We got a new little format on this year's. We're going to try to come to a consensus. In past years, we've kind of each given out separate Prime Cuts awards. We're going to try to sell each other and debate a little bit and reach a show consensus for these awards. So looking forward to this new format this year.
Me too. I think there's a chance that some categories we might not be able to settle the debate. But I suppose we'll have to just find out. We haven't previously discussed any of these, really.
Yeah, and that's what I'm excited about. Neither of us know each other's picks, so live reactions, live debates coming to you next on these Prime Cuts Awards. Let's get to it.
And I think we start with Chin of the Year. It's the Beefy Boys original Prime Cut. This is not one you can go on any other site and try to find. I think that this is the defining award for the Beefy Boys Prime Cuts, so it's only fitting to start with it.
Yes.
With that being said, this one is one where we almost have to define what is Chin, right?
I think on every category, Luke Thomas on the Morning Combat show, the end of the year show, he said essentially like these awards are given based off like context and criteria and like, so yeah, off top, we got to like, what standard is this meeting? Like, what is your definition of Chin? I guess I'll ask you that. What's your definition of Chin, my friend?
For me, it's a lot different than having to win the fight, I think. I think I need to state that off the rip. I don't think for you to have Chin of the Year, you have to win the fight in which you take the ass whooping that would qualify you to have such a chin. Now, that would be the other part of it, is that chin is a formal word for liver, legs, face, the entirety of you. So if you eat a record leg kicks, there's a good chance I'm going to put you on there if you can go the full 15 minutes while still eating a record number of shots.
It's like armor rating on a video game, like, right? Like your ability to take damage. Like we had to put it like in a nutshell. You're right. And some people may debate that. Debate in the comment that chin should only count as punches to the face. But I think like in boxing, that would make sense. But like in MMA, in a sport with calf kicks and liver kicks, like you said, like your ability just to take damage overall. Now I gotta say, you don't have to win your fight, and most of our nominees did not win their fight.
Yeah, I would say that's the most common factor between the nominees is that you're really not usually winning the fight, but you're showing nuts, like nuts of titanium.
I'll say though, like criteria, but almost like bonus points. Like if your chin does either get you closer to winning your fight or
draw.
Like exactly. Like I do think that's almost like maybe like a tiebreaker, a hair splitter. It's not nothing. It's not nothing.
I will give you that. I think a good example for people at home to base this off of, this did not, I think officially it did for me because I removed Rolando Bedoya. I want to give a quick shout out to Rolando Bedoya. He did show a great chin against Chaos Williams. He does end up winning that fight, but upon further review from Dominic and myself, wasn't really on the level that these other candidates are on. Now, not to discredit him, he's just not there with the rest of them.
Well, I was about to say, this is like whatever the opposite of a backhanded compliment is.
Right.
Like, I like wanted to take him off our nominees because his striking defense was too good to really qualify for Chin of the Year. Like he was rolling a lot of the shots, slipping a lot of the shots. Like Chaos Williams, who is a outstanding power puncher, and he did survive, but his striking defense was almost like too good to like almost qualify for one of our nominees. Like whatever the opposite of a backhanded compliment is. Sorry, Rolando Bedoya here. I think this is one list you won't mind being left off of. Personally, like some of our other nominees, Jimmy Crute does not know how to take his head off the center line. Lemos.
Oh man, against Alonzo Minifield, no less.
And then like Lemos, also another nominee in this category, just was a human goddamn heavy bag.
I think another like whole entirely different case here is Dan Hooker, guy that literally wants you to go to war with him in a brawl, fighting Jalen Turner, a guy that wasn't brawling with him in the first 6 minutes of the fight. So Dan Hooker's just kind of getting beat up, really. And then Dan Hooker starts to overwhelm him in the brawl because his chin allowed him to take so many shots that Jalen Turner gets tired.
Yes, another good point. And also, like, the prime definition for if you don't think that, like, chin of the year should include, like, other body parts, like Dan Hooker breaking his arm and coming back to win the fight. Like, if you don't think that gets you chin of the year points.
Yeah. I would even
what
argue.
Are we even talking about here? But you know what, brother? You're good.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I got you.
I would say you give your winner, I'll give mine, and A, we'll find out if it's the same one, and B, we'll try to like reach a consensus here.
Okay. Now I will say my final two. This did come down to, for me. Well, I'll give final three. Dan Hooker, Jimmy Crute, Josh Emmett. Now,
okay,
I ended up actually going with Josh Emmett because I thought he took the most ungodly beating, and it was 25 minutes.
The 25 minutes was a hard juxtaposition for the Emmett one. I feel you. I was struggling on like where to like factor that in because it does factor in.
And we've seen Topuria starch Bryce Mitchell. So it's not like he has like light hands.
Not only Bryce Mitchell, yeah, Topuria starts almost everybody he's been in there with, not named Josh Emmett. So yeah, no, 1,000%. Now that one did rank a little lower for me, I gotta say, because here's one more criteria that I haven't mentioned yet, but did factor in my rankings quite a bit. Was like, how many fight enders did you eat? Like, how many nukes did you eat? Which, you know what I mean? Like that's why like Lemos didn't eat hardly any nukes, but had a record broken on her face with volume.
I think I might see where you're going with this.
And so like all Topuria can crack. On further review, we rewatched all these fights, and it was so fun rewatching these goddamn. I love the sport.
The chin of the year was
yeah, epic. But I gotta say, on further review, Emmett is bordering on Bedoya territory of he avoided the nukes. He ate a lot of damage, and it was sustained over 25 minutes. So, but and Topuria can crack and can put almost anyone out in that division. Emmett, like, it sounds kind of ironic because he was destroyed at the end of that, but it was death by a million cuts. It was not death by Hiroshima.
I do give you that. Yeah, it wasn't an atomic shot. Now, I think hilariously, are you saying you maybe lean Jimmy Crute? Because the man dropping those shots is atomic Alonzo Minifield.
Nuke master. Yes, that is, I mean, kind of with the cat in the bag here, that is my winner, is Jimmy Crute. And obviously it was close, and obviously there's a few you can make arguments for. But my second place is a women's fight. And
is it Aldana or Hossa, though?
Aldana, although Hossa is in my honorable mention. Honorable mention, that fight. And also, that's my women's fight of the year. Not a category. Maybe it should be next year. Real talk. Like, maybe women's fight of the year.
I have it in fight of the year just by itself. No, granted, there's
a
other
nominee,
fights, but yeah.
No, a nominee, but women's fight of the year, I think it wins, like, easily. Like, not even, like, a landslide. So that being said, and I have to juxtapose Aldana, you know, eating shots from Hossa versus Crute eating shots from Minifield. Like,
see,
it ain't apples to apples.
I think so. I had Crute and Minifield as my number two. So I actually think if we're going to give a consensus award here, it is Jimmy Crute, just on consensus. If he's my two and he's your one, and you don't have Emmett at two, then there's really not a debate as far as the consensus points are going to rank him. You know what I mean? So,
hot take. I had Emmett at fourth.
That's not bad. Though. Where do you have Hooker in there?
No, I fumbled the Dan Hooker Turner like nomination. I acknowledge it, and it to the point where if you gave it to Hooker, I may even just fold and go with you because that's
just the broken arm
for not doing the homework. Yeah, the broken arm. I mean, I remember the fight.
Oh, war.
Dan Hooker is one of the. He may be chin of the like forever.
The
like
career,
he may be on like the Mount Rushmore.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, chin of the career. So if you gave him chin of the year. No pushback from your boy.
Fair enough. So it looks like Jimmy Crute, though I don't know that he won a fight in 2023, is winning our Chin of the Year award. And like we said, you don't have to win. He did get a draw in this fight for his chin. I think that's important to note, is he doesn't lose this fight because his chin is so good. He doesn't win it, but he doesn't lose it. So, I mean, say what you will, but the man's chin is literally the reason he doesn't lose the fight. Now, they run it back, and he gets subbed in the second round.
The fence grab was the real reason.
From Minifield? I mean,
the real reason.
Like, it's a pretty bad fence grab.
No, but that's why it was a draw, though. I'm saying, like Crute's chin.
But he should have been KO'd, is my point.
Yes. No, you're right. The fact that he made the distance, like, is insane. Like, and that's why when I mentioned fight enders earlier, like, hold on, like, I haven't. I think
he gets hit with literally 5 by my remembrance.
Yeah, I mean, there was one fight-ending knockdown at the end of round 1. I mean, very, very, very few fighters survived that, especially from Minifield. In that context of like taking a nuke from Minifield with 0 head movement factors in a lot. It's kind of a backhanded compliment, honestly, if I'm being honest. But then he got knocked down again at the start of 2. Wasn't even fully recovered from the round 1 nuke.
Like, wasn't even the hardest shot that Minifield threw in the start of the second, but it was more than enough to hurt Crute again at that point.
And then about the minute 30 mark, eats some nasty, like, step-in clinch kind of standing elbows. And then around the 2:30 mark,
the head kick.
Eats, like, 4 nukes? There's like 4 nuclear punches, like just barrages that nobody survives. Like literally, it didn't make sense.
Is his the fight where he eats the? No, that's Dan Hooker that eats a head kick from Jalen Turner, and it's so loud that DC stops and he goes, "Did you guys just hear that?"
Yeah, which is why, like I said, if you wanted to die on the Hooker hill, I'm not mad at it, but just the amount of nukes, and then round 3 is kind of weird because he eats still a lot of clean ass shots, but Manifield's starting to gas. There was a point deduction which results in the draw, but
I think Crute still gets rocked at the start of 3 one more time, if I'm not mistaken, though, before he gets the takedown.
Oh, he's eating shots. Like, I guess it's not as bad as the round 1 and 2 shots because Minifield is a little bit tired, but there was a little bit taken off him. But he's eating shots. It's a 0 head movement. I have to change this to the backhanded compliment award because while Crute does have a chin, I mean, negative 1,000 head movement and like footwork. But he has a chin. He can wrestle. Tough son bitch. SUMBITCH, as Chael Sonnen would say. Tough son bitch award. Beefy Boys Chin of the Year. I think Jimmy Crute qualifies like Chin of the Year. Like it's. He just ate nuke after nuke. Like, how many light heavyweights are still standing after round 2? Like,
Jimmy Crute the Brute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you saw a guy in real life eating these shots on the street, you'd be like scared that he was still standing. Like, you might start to think like, I don't know if anyone can knock this guy out.
You know what it reminded me of? Was like, you see those like little like cop highlight reels of like them tasing the guy on PCP.
Yeah,
and it just does nothing. Like,
just walks him down.
Round 1 and 2 of this fight was just like, this guy shouldn't still be up, man. Like, what is this guy made of? So yeah, I think that's Chin of the Year. We talked about all the leg kicks and all that, but I think this year is a pretty like
chin,
like, it purified, like actual Chin of the Year award, man. 1,000%. Jimmy Crute, nicely done. That Aussie chin. Prep night out, but that's always his big crew, man. He is kind of used as a gatekeeper at this point. Like if you think about it, but another thing, his strength of schedule is insane. You look at Jimmy Crute's strength of schedule; he's fought the who's who of light heavyweight. Doesn't have the prettiest record as a result of it, but I mean, also fearless. Like just takes on all comers, hot prospects. Top-ranked guys, doesn't matter. His strength of schedule is crazy. And he's taking shots in those fights from some of the best.
Absolutely. So there you have it, people. 2023 Chin of the Year, 4th annual Chin of the Year, Prime Cut.